Hello everybody and welcome back to another YouTube video. So if you're new here, my name is Amy. I like to make some book content just for fun, not for anything special. And today we are going to be doing two things instead of just one thing like I normally do. We're going to be talking about my August reading wrap up and choosing my September reads. So let's get on into this video. So in August, I did pick out some books. I picked out 7 books. Did I read 7 books this month? No, I did not. So I kind of like changed the rules for myself, it seems, in August. But let's just start off with what I did actually read. I did read the entire Dirty A series by Lauren Asher. So I did pick this one out and it was my first pickup and I did read it. So the Dirty A series, I do have a full in-depth video that you can go and watch explaining what the books are about and all of that, but pretty much they're all interconnected standalone books, but they're part of a series. And they follow Formula One drivers. All of the male main characters in the books are Formula One drivers. The girls somewhat become friends. Yes, very spicy, which is easy to skip over if you don't like that, like me. I don't read spice, so it was easy to just like skip to the end of the chapter and the plot was still fine. The swearing, however, was awful in these books. The men just have like such dirty mouths, and I just didn't like that. So anyways, so I read Throttled and this was like a 3-star for me. It was okay. Like, I didn't really like the male main character in this book. I didn't mind Maya at all. I really liked her. But the male main character in this book was just not for me. Then I read Collided and then it got a bit better. This is a 3.5 star. This is about Sophie and Liam, and I didn't mind either one of them, so it got a bit better. Then I thought it was going to get really great, and it did not. This follows Jax and Elena, and I did not like Jax at all, like nothing about him. Like the way he spoke to his mom, like she was his buddy, and I just don't like that at all. So this was a 3-star for me. And then we have Redeemed, which follows Santiago and Chloe, and this is by far the best book. This book literally saved the series for me, because if this book didn't make it for me, then I wouldn't recommend the series at all. But this book was amazing. This was a 4-star for me. It just saved the series. I tried to pick up 9 Perfect Strangers, and I think I literally got to page 12, maybe 20, and I went, no, like this book, it's just not vibing with me. I do not like this writing style. It's just very blah. So if you have read this book and you don't think it's blah and you think it's actually worth reading, you can try to convince me to pick this up again. But otherwise, it's blah. I tried to pick up the Thursday Murder Club. Now I know this is a movie. I have not watched the movie because I wanted to read the book. I know that this is also now some big 5-book series, which I'm not interested in reading. I was so excited going into this book, and I think I got to chapter 3, maybe 4. And I was also really just not vibing with this book at all, which was really disappointing because when I picked this out, I was really excited to read this book for this month. And it just like fell flat, really, like on the ground, like face first. And I don't know why. I don't know if it's the writing style. I don't know if I just needed to give it some more time. I don't know. Again, if you've read this book and you love it, you can try to convince me to read it. But I don't know, for me it was just like, maybe I was just going through something. But these two books, I tried and I didn't like them at all. So I was supposed to pick up this book, because then this was my last book that I chose from my August TBR jar. And this is a Mills and Boon book. So if you don't know Mills and Boon, it's like a romance, murder mystery type of book. And these are 2-in-1. So there's 2 individual stories in one book. And I was like, okay, 2 stories, 1 book. Okay, great stuff. Did I have anything in me to pick up this book? No, I did not. And that hurts. That hurts. Because apparently these are like really nice. They're giving like Blue Bloods vibes, Rosalian Isle vibes, you know, and maybe even the Rookie vibes. And I was like, okay, like I'm here for it. And I just, you know, I don't know. Maybe I was just going through something this month. Maybe I still am going through something this month, but okay, well, that's 3 books now that I DNF'd or I had no enthusiasm to pick up. Like nothing, nada. Oh wait, no, I lie. There was actually another book. Hold on. There was actually 8 books I was supposed to read in the month of August. And that was Love and Other Mistakes by Jessica Kate. So as far as I got in this book was the first page that had the bookmark in it. So I got that far. I don't know why, I'm not like vibing with this book. I don't know, like it sounds interesting. Maybe I'm just like a little bit nervous about the male main character in this book, but I don't know. Like, I don't know why I didn't want to pick it up. But anyway, so then I went and I walked around my room for my bookshelves, and I went to all 3 of my bookshelves, and I was like, okay, we need to pick something. And I just could not make up my mind. So I went through my TBR jar and I picked out 10. And from those 10, I asked my fiance, just choose a color. And he chose a color. And then he picked The Night She Disappeared by Lisa Jewell, not sure. So we got this book. Now, this book is, it's a good book. I rated it 3 stars. Like, it's not bad. But it's not like Rock, Paper, Scissors. It's not like The Housemaid. It's not, what other good thrillers are there? It's not like The Silent Patient. Okay, like this was purely just like a whole bunch of suspense, and it was a chunky book. Okay, very chunky. And I also took over a week to read this book. Tell me why. And I hate myself so much for doing that to myself, because there were so many small details that when I was reaching the end, I was like, what? Where did that come in? Because I was not reading this book like consistently and everything. So I literally had to go to ChatGPT afterwards and be like, can you please give me a summary? Like, I need a summary, because what happened here and what happened there. Anyways, so I think if you're going to bench read this book, definitely. But if you're not interested, I would say by maybe chapter 10. The chapters are extremely short in this book as well. So that's why I'm saying chapter 10. The longest chapter is maybe like 8 pages. That's like the longest chapter. So I would say if you're not gripped by then maybe just put the book down, because that's kind of how the book is. And also the other thing that kept throwing me off why I wasn't reading this book consistently was because we alternate between 3 perspectives, 3 women, and 3 different years. So we have Tallulah, who is 2016. We have her mom, Kim, which is 2017. And then we have this lady, Sophie, who's brand new to this town, which is 2018. So something happened in 2017, and then we have to go back to Tallulah to find out how that played a role in what happened in 2017. And then we in 2018, because this is the present tense, and then this lady's interested in what happened in 2017. It was a lot. That's all I'm going to say. Like, it was a lot. So, yeah. Like, that's why I also rated it 3 stars, just because it was so much. The chapters were so short, and I was just kind of, like, mushing all these timelines together, and that was just awful, because the amount of times I had to flip back to the beginning of the chapter to figure out which year we were in, just so that I could remember, okay, year 1 was this, year 2, you know, and whatever. And no, that was awful. So I want to give this author another try, because I feel like this was partially my fault. But yes, I don't know. So this book, because I'll tell you what this book is about, just because it wasn't planned to read this book. So it says here, summer 2017, teenage mom Tallulah heads out on a date, leaving her baby son at home with her mother, Kim. At 4:30 a.m., Kim awakens to discover that Tallulah has not come home. Friends tell her that Tallulah was last seen heading to a pool party at a house in the woods nearby called Dark Place. Tallulah never returns. Summer 2018. Walking in the woods behind the school where her boyfriend has just started teaching, Sophie sees a sign nailed to a fence, a sign that says, "Dig here." And I was like, okay, interesting. Kind of a strange book for me. Anywho, so that was 3 stars. So that was August. It was a rough month. I'm not even going to sugarcoat that, because I have no idea what happened. Like, I was going so well reading this whole series, and then I like DNF 2 books, and then I wasn't interested in picking up 2 books, and then I just randomly picked out another one out of the TBR jar. I'm going to have to add those back to the TBR jar now. But yeah, interesting. So now that we've pretty much gone over my devastatingly bad August TBR, now it's time to choose out my September TBR. So here is my dilemma with choosing out my September TBR, because I have gone on a mission, and now we have 3 options, and then from those 3 options we still have to choose. Okay, so the one was, I asked on my Instagram which one of those options, and the one that was marked the highest was choose 1 series to read for the month. Okay, then I was going to post on Instagram again a whole bunch of series that I want to read and let my followers decide again. But then I was like, no. Then I went, because in September is my 21st birthday, right? So I wanted to make like a birthday, what do you call it? Like a birthday TBR. So where it's fun to pick out. I have so many series that I literally need to get through, like so many. So then I was like, okay, let me go into chat, tell them what type of series I want to read, what I have read, what I'm looking for. So I said, I've read Boys of Tommen. I don't care for Spice because I skip over it anyway. I want something that's deep, connected, lots of found family, lots of character building, like, you know, like just something like that. So then I said, do I read Playing for Keeps or the Windy City series? And then they were saying that Playing for Keeps is more like found family character driven and is more connected, whereas the Windy City series is very more standalone-ish because the characters change like every book, whereas apparently in Playing for Keeps it does, but it doesn't, I don't know. And then I was like, okay, what about the Addicted / Callaway series, you know? And then they were like, no, now you need to read that one because that one is a lot more similar to Boys of Tommen. Obviously, it doesn't have sports in it, but they're like couples have more than one book in that series, and it is a lot more emotionally driven and things like that. So now I was like, okay, what order? So then it said to read the Addicted / Callaway sister series first, then Playing for Keeps, and then the Windy City series. So I was like, okay, obviously I can't read all of that in 1 month. Never ever. I doubt I could even read the whole Addicted to You series in a month. Like, I could maybe read 5 books, maybe. So I could read half the series. So then I was like, okay, then I'm only going to read like half the Addicted series, or I read one of the sports romance. But I don't know if I want to read another sports romance because I just finished reading the Dirty A series by Lauren Asher. So I don't know what we're going to do. So I think I'm going to do this spinning wheel thingy and see which of these 2 options we must choose from. Are we going to read a series for the month, or are we going to do a fun birthday TBR? I think that's going to be best. Okay, so we have birthday TBR or pick a series. Okay, so I have them here, as you can tell. So the birthday TBR is the blue one, and then pick a series is the red one. I'm extremely scared, but we're going to watch this together. Okay, the birthday TBR. I'm not upset about that. So as you can tell, it is the birthday TBR. I'm not lying to you. You saw it the same time as me. Now, I have some prompts, some TBR prompts. So this is going to be interesting. Now I'm wondering if I should actually just make this a separate video. I think I'm going to make this a separate video, and I'll probably like post it straight after this video. So I'll post them either a day apart or both on the same day. Yes, sorry to do this, but I'm going to cut the video here just because this is going to take so much time to do, and I don't want this video to be like 45 minutes long. So I don't want to do that to you because I like short, sweet, to the point videos, and I think so do you. So sorry to do this, but thank you for choosing it with me. At least you know what to expect now in the next video. So thank you for watching this video, and I will see you right now in the next video. Enjoy your day, guys.